Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another foundation review for oily skin types. So today we are talking about the long-awaited Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation and Primer. So I'm going to be talking about both of these products and trying them in conjunction on my face and also letting you know my thoughts on them and whether or not they hold up well on my oily skin for over 10 hours of wear. So if you are interested in seeing that, then please keep on watching. So this is what the packaging of these products look like. I think the packaging is gorgeous. This one here is obviously the primer, and then this is the foundation here. And here is what the actual bottles of the products look like. It's like a clear canister, and then it's got sort of like a 3D artwork effect with the product in a push-up pump in the center. The top you push down on the pump to release the product through the nozzle. And yeah, they've both got really beautiful silicone designs, and then the shade name and stuff on the bottom. All right, let's have a quick read on the back of these boxes so you get sort of an idea of what these products are made for. So the primer, it says it's the perfect ally to long wear foundation. It says it preps your canvas, provides an invigorating shield that hydrates and primes the skin's surface, contains aloe vera, jojoba, shea, and vitamin B5 for nourishment. Keeps long wear foundation comfortable all day. Okay, so some pretty big claims there for the primer. And then the foundation says full coverage, 24-hour wear, transfer resistant, matte finish, oil free, for all, I've run out of fingers, for all skin types, fragrance free. Yeah, so huge claims on the foundation, basically, huge claims. So they claim that any skin type can use this. You can wear it for 24 hours and it's going to stay matte, stay comfortable on the skin, and transfer resistant. Now that is going to be interesting to test. As per all of my foundation first impression and review videos, I'm going to be applying this to my face, showing you my initial thoughts, and then wearing it all day long, coming back and showing you my skin up close and personal. Yes, we're going to get up close and personal. So that you can see how it has worn on my oily skin. Now, important mention, I have been using this product for quite a while now and I am fairly happy with it. And what I'm going to do is apply it, because obviously this is made to go with this. I'm going to apply this on one side of my face and then another primer on the other side of my face, and then see how the foundation reacts differently with the different primers, because yeah, if you don't have to buy this and you can just get away with this, you're better off saving your money. So let's do this. So on the right side of my face, I'm applying the Kat Von D primer. This is really, really lightweight. It does feel quite moisturizing. It doesn't feel draggy on the skin. And it also doesn't feel slippy on the skin. It really just feels like a straight up basic moisturizer to me. And on the other side, I'm going to apply another Holy Grail product. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is my hands down all-time favorite primer. I think it is absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to be applying this down this side of my face so that we can see how the foundation reacts on both sides. So the Kat Von D primer has settled into the skin. My skin feels very moisturized. Quite plump, I suppose you could say. And then this side, my face feels sort of slippy, slidey, because obviously the ingredients are very different. So I'm going to put it on half of my nose. Okay, going in with the foundation now, I am using the shade number 54 medium. I've got no idea if this is going to match me. Oh, it does look like it will. This shade's always sold out, and I believe that's because everybody that self-tans uses this color, so should match me. I've taken 2 pumps of the product. It's quite thick. It's really not going anywhere on the back of my hand there. It's sort of really stuck there. It's not dripping down in a huge hurry. It's nearly kind of like a moussey consistency, I would say. I'm going to apply it with a flat top kabuki brush, and I'm going to first sort of dot it and stipple it around. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good color match. So straight up, coverage is insane. I mean, it's covering up my lips. Ugh, what is going on? And I've only used half of the product that was on the back of my hand. So this might be another one of those ones where, you know, sort of less is more. I probably might even try building it up though to see how cakey it gets if you sort of want to take the coverage to the next level. I don't think, except for underneath my eyes, I'm going to need concealer with this one. So that's always good. So that's how it reacted over that first Kat Von D primer. Let's see how it goes over the Hourglass, which is, again, Holy Grail. I adore this stuff. Okay, I'd say that is pretty well blended now. Almost looking at the viewfinder here, my face actually is appearing to be lighter than my body, but at this point it's extremely high coverage. I'm not really, my nose is kind of still looking a bit red, but it's possible I didn't blend it out properly there. I can't tell a huge difference between the different primers on each side. If anything, if I was being super nitpicky, I could probably say that the pores just here on my face appear a little bit more visible than they do with the Hourglass primer, but that would make sense because the Hourglass primer is more of a silicone-based primer, so you know, it's going to sort of fill in those little potholes a little bit better. It does look like I'm kind of wearing a mask just because my skin is like, it's so full coverage. That's probably the only thing. Obviously that changes though once you apply, you know, highlight and blush and, you know, all of that stuff to sort of bring that 3D effect back to your face. But let's zoom you guys in so you can see what my skin looks like close up. So this is what it's looking like at this point. Yeah, very, very full coverage, like I said. I do feel like my pores here are a little bit more visible, and it's probably going to be hard for you guys to see with these crazy lights. They're very flattering. But yeah, a little bit of caking sort of just around my nose. But you're going to get that with a full coverage foundation anyway. You know, I've just done that and it sort of moved. So I'm not sure about these transfer proof claims, but yeah. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back and show you guys what we are looking like then. Okay, so I have completed the rest of my makeup and this is what we're looking like. And from the viewfinder, she looks beautiful, but I've got to tell you guys, close up, my pores are looking massive. I've also got creasing in my smile lines, under my eyes, on my forehead. Matte as anything and full coverage as anything, but my skin is looking really aged. Let's zoom you in again so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, here it is really close up. You can pretty much see every pore. I don't know what to say at this point. I've only had this makeup on for about 20 minutes, and obviously we know that when we wear it for longer, it settles even more. But on my forehead here, I've got like fine lines, which I don't normally have. I've got really enlarged pores on both sides. I've got creasing in my smile lines here, which I don't normally have, or certainly that isn't obvious like that. As you can see, my skin is super, 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 super matte. Like, I don't even look like an oily skin type at this point. Like, it is so matte and the coverage is impeccable. It's covered absolutely everything. I only used a tiny little bit of concealer here underneath the eyes. Really well adhered all over the skin. There's no patches or anything. There's no caking. Just a lot of texture. A lot of texture. But I'm going to wear this. I'm going to come back probably in about 4 hours, and then I will come back later on tonight and update you again. And I'm hoping that as my natural oils come through and make a bit of an emulsion with this product, that hopefully, this texture sort of fades away and doesn't keep looking like this. But yeah, those are my thoughts right now, and I will talk to you all very soon. Okay, so we've just hit the 5-hour mark here now. Let's have a look at this skin. Straight off the bat, it is so matte, like incredibly matte. There's seriously like no oil getting through this at all. It's amazing. Coverage is still very much in place. Nothing has worn off or rubbed off anywhere. My nose is looking great. My nose is typically the first place that my foundation rubs off. And FYI, if that's a problem that you've got as well, I will link a video that I did recently in the description bar about how to stop that from happening. But guys, breaks my heart to have to say this, but my skin is like textured on another level. It looks like different skin. I'm not kidding. There's pores everywhere. I've got fine lines. It's wow. Oh, really, really textured. I don't know what's happened. If you've tried this foundation, did you get a similar sort of experience? Like, just like all these tiny little dots everywhere on my face. It's like it's really sunk into those pores. I'll zoom you in so you can see. I hope that you can see. I mean, it's going to probably be difficult with this lighting, but I hope that you can see what I mean. It just doesn't look like how my skin normally would. It's very textured. Like I said, I've got creasing, sort of in the smile lines still. I was kind of hoping that, as the day went on, that texture would go away. But yeah, like look at my cheeks. yeah, I don't know about this, guys. Let's zoom out because I'm like all up in your face. So yeah, that is where we are at this stage. I will come back in about another 5 to 6 hours. What's the time now? So it's 4:20 here now. So I'll probably come back at even like 8:30, 9 o'clock to give you a final verdict and show you what my skin is looking like then. So I don't know about this texture. I was going to film some other videos, but I'm not even sure if I can. Alright, I will talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, back again. So it's nearly 9:30 here. I've changed into my PJs. Been sleeping in this shirt recently. You'll know if you follow me on Snapchat. Follow me on Snapchat, please. But this is what my skin is looking like. I haven't touched anything at all. I haven't powdered, I haven't retouched, I haven't put anything extra on my skin. The oils have definitely come through now, but I certainly don't look ridiculously oily. I don't look as oily as I would with a lot of other foundations. So definitely this foundation is really, really good at controlling oil. I've still got very large amounts of texture just on my cheeks here in the sort of center area of my face. My pores, despite the fact that my oil has come through and mixed with the foundation, I still have got really enlarged, like really obviously enlarged pores on my cheeks and the center areas of my face here, sort of in between my brows and here on my cheeks and sort of up here on the sides of my cheeks as well. My nose looks really good, not too oily at all. Those fine lines that were showing up quite dramatically earlier in the day have definitely sort of disappeared, I suppose, as my natural oils have mixed with the foundation. So the lines that were on my forehead are pretty well gone, and it's looking pretty good in my smile lines now. But I mean, it really has settled into my pores. So I'm kind of like, I'm up in airs about this foundation. I think if you don't have enlarged pores or a lot of texture on your cheeks and things like that, you are going to absolutely love this if you're an oily skin type. For me, it controls oil very well. It controls oil probably nearly as well as, some of my other holy grail, foundations for oily skin. But for me, texture is one of those things that is really important to me as well. I don't want foundations settling into my pores and sort of making them look bigger. That's kind of a no-go zone. But bear in mind, this foundation might wear really well if I used a pore minimizing primer on my cheeks here instead of just a regular primer. Now, in reference to whether or not you need the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer underneath this foundation, I don't think that you do at all. There's no real difference between the left and the right side of my face. So just as a recap, I applied the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer on this side and then the Hourglass Mineral Veil on this side. And they both look pretty much the same, to be honest. There's no huge difference between the sides there. It's kind of difficult for me to give a final opinion at this point because I need to try this with a pore minimizing primer underneath it as an initial first impression and first review. And if I didn't, if I wasn't going to be wearing a pore minimizing primer, I probably wouldn't recommend this foundation to those of you who have got enlarged pores on your face like I do. For those of you with perfect skin, damn you. You would probably love this if you've got no texture on your face. You probably absolutely adore this, especially if you are oily, because it's definitely very full coverage, very long wearing, and definitely controls oil really well. But yeah, for us with enlarged pores, it's kind of a no-go. But I'm going to test it with a pore minimizing primer, and I will update on the results that I have with that in the description bar down below. But do let me know if you've tried this foundation, your thoughts on it, whether you loved it, whether you found it difficult to work with. I'd love to know. And also leave me your review requests for other products that you might want to see me try out on my skin. Unfortunately, this foundation at this stage is probably a miss for me just because of what's happened with my pores here. But other than that, I loved it. The formula, the coverage, all of that is really great. But yeah, the pores are no good. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Kat Von D. I hope you love this video, guys, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye! So today's video is my top 5 foundations for oily skin. Oily skin can actually be really difficult to manage. I understand the struggle. Typically